Now, let me ask you this. Sometimes you ask whether my brain um, predict danger before anything has actually happened. I want to start with something that your brain has already done today. Maybe someone didn't answer your text. Maybe your phone rang unexpectedly. Mm, maybe someone at work said, "Can we talk tomorrow?" And before you had any evidence that something was wrong, the mind had already started writing a story. And the story is maybe they're upset with me. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe something bad happened. Maybe I'm in trouble. And now, what's interesting is that uh, none of those thoughts were based on facts. They were based on possibilities. And yet, the body reacted and if those responsibilities were already real. No, your heart beats a little faster. It is. Your stomach here. Let me bring up your stomach here. Come tight. Your mind here started searching for answers. And if that had ever happened to you, I want you to know something. You're not strange. You're not weak. And you're certainly not the only person whose brain does it. There are millions of people who experience it every day. And tonight, I want to explore a different question. The question is whether the brain do this, whether it expect danger before there's any evidence that danger actually exists. Actually exists. because once we understand that the answer, then we stop blaming ourselves for something our brain have been trained to do. And here's something I've noticed: the brain doesn't like unanswered questions. When information is missing, it tries to fill in the blanks, and sometimes it fills in the blank with hope. But if you live through stress, through a lot of stress for a long time, anxiety, painful experiences, your brain often fills the blank with dangers instead. Yeah, because it wants to hurt you, because it is trying to help you, it is trying to protect you from danger. Now, um, think about how often this happens. The child is a little late coming home. Immediately, your imagination starts working. Someone you care about um, doesn't answer the phone. The mind starts creating explanations. Maybe you wake up with a strange ache in your body. Your brain immediately wonders if something serious is wrong, and none of those situations uh, automatically mean danger. But your brain um, doesn't wait for certainty. It starts predicting, and I think that's one of the most exciting parts of living with chronic stress. You're not only dealing with real life, you're also dealing with on the terrible possibilities your brain keeps creating. But the good news it is just because your brain predicts something doesn't mean it's telling you the truth. And I hope you remember that. That's an important difference. Our thoughts can feel convincing without being accurate. Our predictions can feel real without becoming reality. And tonight, um, we're going to explore why that happens. Now, I'm curious, has your brain ever convinced you something bad was about to happen, and later you realize everything was actually okay? If you if you're listening quietly tonight, that's perfectly okay. You don't have to type anything. Just think about one movement when your brain predicted the worst, and everything turns out just fine. You might be surprised how often that's happened. So, whether the brain did it, anyone know? Whether it sometimes prepare us for something that hasn't happened? And the answer starts with understanding uh, one important thing about our brain. Your brain's first job is not to make you happy. Your brain's first job is to keep you alive or keep you safe. For thousands of years, humans survived because the brain was very good at noticing possible danger. A person who noticed danger early had a better chance of surviving, and a person who ignored danger had a much harder time. So the brain learns something. Um, if there is uncertainty, pay attention. If there's a possible threat, prepared. If something feels unusual, investigate. And that ability helped humans survive. But as you know, the world we live in today is different. And most of us are not running from physical danger every day. But the brain to use the same protection system. Today, Danger can look very different. It can look like a difficult conversation, a financial worry, a health concern, a relationship problem, a mistake at work, someone tone of voice is changing, a message that sounds different than usual, and the brain uh, they not only react to what is happening, it react to what it thinks might happen, and this is where many people become exhausted because your brain can create a threat response from a possibility, not just from reality. And now, think about it. Imagine um, you receive a message that says, "Can we talk later?" That's all the message says. Or simple words. One person might think, "Sure, maybe they want to discuss something," but another person might immediately think, "Did I do something wrong? Are they angry? Um, is something bad happening?" The message is the same. The situation is the same, but the prediction is different. And that prediction changes how the body responds. The body doesn't wait until the conversation happens. It starts preparing before it knows the outcome. That's why anxiety can feel so confusing because sometimes you're not reacting to what is happening. You're reacting um, to what your brain believes could happen. And if your brain has learned uh, from a difficult experience in the past, it may become very good at fighting possible danger. Sometimes too good. A person who has experienced a lot of stress may become very skilled at noticing small changes. They notice like someone's facial expression, a change in someone's voice, a delay in response, a different feeling in the body. And I think that awareness can be helpful, but when the brain um, starts treating every small signal as a warning, life can be uh, life can become exhausting because you're constantly preparing for something that may never happen. Now, I would ask you something. Do you notice yourself looking for signs that something might go wrong? Let's say, for example, a change in someone's mood, a delayed response, a small physical sensation, anything like that. Now, even if nobody answers, think about it for yourself. What is one thing that your brain tends to worry about before you actually know the outcome? A conversation, your health, money, relationships, the future, and it leads to an important question. If the brain is trying to protect us, why does it sometimes remember um, painful experiences so strongly? And whether one difficult moment from years ago sometimes feel more powerful than dozens of good moments. And that's what we're going to explore next. So now we understand something important. The brain is constantly making prediction. It's looking at what is happening right now and comparing it to what happened before. And it brings us to something that explains a lot of anxiety. The brain does not remember every experience equally. Some experiences leave a stronger mark than others. So now, let's think about your own life. Now, you probably have hundreds of normal days that you barely remembered. Days when nothing bad happens. You woke up, uh, you went to your routine, you came home, everything was okay. But then there might be one moment, one conversation, one sentence someone said, one experience that hurts you, and years later you can remember it clearly. You might remember where you were. You might remember the person expression. You might remember exactly how you felt. Whether the brain do that, where can one painful movement stay with us longer than hundreds of peaceful moments? Because the brain pays special attention to experiences that it believes could help protect us in the future. It is almost like the brain says, remember this, it might be important. Now imagine walking through a forest and seeing a dangerous animal. Your brain is not going to say it. Oh, it's interesting. I'll forget about it tomorrow. Your brain is going to remember where it happened, what it looked like, what sounds you heard, because remembering that information could help you later. But the problem is the modern brain sometimes does the same thing with emotional experiences. What? A painful rejection, a movement of criticism, a time when you felt unsafe, a time um, when you felt like you weren't enough. The brain can store those experiences as important information. It's not because the experience is happening again, but because the brain is trying to prevent you from experiencing that pain again. And this is why someone can logically know I'm safe now, my life is different now. The situation is over. But another part of the brain says, be careful. Remember what happened before? And it creates a very confusing experience. Your thinking mind understand the present, but your protective system is looking at the past. Isn't that strange? It's almost like having an old alarm system. That alarm was installed for a reason. At one point, it helps you, but sometimes the alarm keeps going off even after the danger is gone. For example, um, imagine that someone grew up in an environment where they had to calculate what other people's moods. Maybe they had to know, is someone upset? Is something about to happen? Do I need to be careful? That person may become very good at reading situations. They may notice things uh, the other people miss. That can be a strength. But later in life, when they are finally in a safe environment, the brain may continue doing the same thing, scanning, checking, predicting, preparing. Not because they want to be anxious, because their brain learned um, paying attention keeps me safe. And this is one of the most important things I want people to understand tonight. Sometimes anxiety, the side that something is wrong with you. Sometimes anxiety is a side that your brain learns a very strong protection strategy. The goal here is not to fire your brain. Hmm. The goal is to help your brain learn something new that the danger it is preparing for may not be happening anymore. Now, I want to ask you something. Um, have you ever had a reaction that are bigger than the situation itself? Maybe something small happened, but the emotional reaction was much stronger than you expected. Think about it yourself. Maybe it was a small comment, a small mistake, a small uncertainty, but your body reacted like it was something much bigger. Have you ever wondered why did that affect me so much? And this brings us to the next question. If the brain remembers danger so strongly, whether feeling calm, sometimes feel uncomfortable, what can peace feel strange for some people? What can slowing down actually bring up more thoughts instead uh, of less? So that's what we're going to talk about next. So far tonight, we talked about something important. The brain learns from experience. It remembers what felt dangerous, and it uses the memories to try to protect us in the future. Memories, memories. But it creates something that can feel very confusing. Sometimes, when life family becomes calmer, the brain um, does not immediately feel calm. You might think, if my problems are getting better, why don't I feel better? Why am I still worried? Why can't I just enjoy this moment? And this is one of the hardest things for people to understand. The brain um, does not change at the same speed um, as your circumstances. You know that your life can change first, your environment can become safer, your problem can become smaller, but your nervous system might still be following an older pattern. Now imagine moving into a new home and after living somewhere unsafe. The new home is quiet, the neighborhood is peaceful, everything is different. But for a while, you might to check out the doors, you might to listen for unusual sound, you might to feel alert. Does that mean the new home is unsafe? No, it means your brain is adjusting. The same thing can happen emotionally. Someone can finally have a stable relationship, but you wait for something to go wrong. Someone can finally have financial stability, but if you anxious about losing everything, someone can finally have time to rest, but feel uncomfortable because they're not used to slowing down. And this is where many people become frustrated with themselves. They think it should be, I should be happier, right? I should be calmer. Why am I still struggling? But you know what? If the problem is not that you don't appreciate your life, what if your brain is trying to take, uh, is simply taking time to update its understanding of safety? Now think about a smoke alarm. You know, a smoke alarm is helpful, right? It protects you. You want it to work when there's a real fire. But imagine if the smoke alarm became so sensitive that it went up every time you cooked something. You know that the alarm is not the enemy. It is doing the job it would decide to do. The problem is that the sensitivity level is too high. Sometimes anxiety works the same way. The protection problem, the protection system is not broken. It's just responding to signal that may not require an emergency response anymore. Now, I want to ask you something. Have you ever noticed that when things become quiet, your mind becomes louder? Maybe when you finally have a brief moment, that's when the worries shows up. Worries. Now, think about your own experience. Some people feel comfortable when life is busy because they no time to think, right? But when everything slows down, the thoughts become more noticeable. That doesn't mean something is wrong. It may simply mean your brain probably has a space to process, and this is why simply telling yourself, don't worry, think positive, relax, doesn't always work because anxiety is not only a thought problem, it is a protection problem. Your brain is not asking, Uh, can I logically prove that everything is okay? The brain is asking, uh, do I feel safe enough to stop preparing? And that is a very different question. Learning safety is not about forcing yourself to be calm. It is about viewing your brain, repeated experience that show right now, at this moment, I'm okay. Small movements matter. A calm breath, a peaceful morning, a shared conversation, um, a moment where you notice nothing bad happened. The moments teach the brain something new. So now the question becomes, if my brain has learned to expect danger, how do I help it learn safety again? How do I respond when my mind starts creating fearful predictions? That's what we're going to talk about next in the final section. So tonight we've been talking about something important. Your brain is constantly trying to protect you. It predicts, it remembers, it looks for patterns, it tries to prepare you before something happens. And if you had spent a long time dealing with stress, anxiety, or difficult experiences, your brain might have become very good at fighting possible danger. But see, the harmful part, the brain that learns those patterns can also learn new patterns. You're not trying to erase your brain's ability to protect you. You're not trying to become someone who never worries. Worries. The goal is different. The goal is helping your brain understand not every signal means danger, because sometimes the brain sees a question mark and immediately creates the worst possible answer. Uh, so, one thing we can practice is learning to separate what is happening from what my brain is predicting. For example, someone doesn't answer your message. The fact is, um, they have not answered yet. That's the fact, right? The prediction might be they're angry. I did something wrong. Something bad happened. The prediction may feel real, but it is to a prediction. It is not the same thing as reality. This small difference is powerful because when we notice the difference, we create space between ourselves and the fear. Now let's try something together. Um, think about a worry your friend had created recently. Now ask yourself, um, what do I really know? And what am I predicting? You don't have to share your answer. This is just an exercise for yourself. Maybe your friend is predicting something about your health, your relationships, your future, your work, or something you cannot control. Just notice the difference between the fact and the story your brain created. Another important thing is learning to respond to your brain differently. A lot of people find their answer thoughts. They say, why am I thinking this? Why can't I stay? Hey, why can't I stop? What is wrong with me? But fighting the brain often creates more stress. Instead, try responding with curiosity, something like interacting. My brain is trying to protect me right now. Something feels uncertain, and my brain is preparing for danger. Can look at this movement and see what is actually happening. That does not mean ignoring real problems. It means giving yourself a chance to see the whole picture. Now, I'm curious when your brain starts worrying, what do it usually focus on? The future, uh, your health, um, making mistakes, something else. Even if you're not sharing, just recognizing your pattern is valuable because you cannot change a pattern. you never notice. And I'm going to leave you with one thought tonight. Um, your brain is not your enemy. The part of you that worries, the part of you that prepares, the part of you that looks for danger, is usually a part of you that learns how to survive. It developed those strategies for a reason. But your pet does not have to control every prediction your brain makes today. Every time you notice I'm predicting something real bad, but I don't actually know that it's true. You're creating a new experience. Every time you notice um, I'm safe in this moment, you're giving your brain new information. Healing is not convincing yourself that nothing bad will ever happen. Life will always have uncertainty. Healing is learning. I can handle uncertainty. I can be present without constantly preparing. I can allow good moments without, waiting for them to disappear. If tonight's conversation connected with you, I hope you remember one thing: your brain is not trying to ruin your peace. It is trying to protect you with the information it has. And sometimes it needs new experiences to learn that the present is different from the past. And I want to thank you, everyone, for spending time with me tonight. Take care of yourself, and remember, your mind and your body are always trying to help you. Sometimes learn that you're safe now. So that's all I have for tonight. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining my life. I'll see you tomorrow.